everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of Motor City Mirth. Of course, I'm your host, Andrew Walker. And today we have our musical friend, Carmel Liburdi on. Say hello, Carmel, to Metro Detroit.
Hello.
So, later on in the show, you're going to play a couple songs for us, right? From your new album, entitled Linwood. I had the CD here a moment ago. I don't know what I did with it. But yes, it's called Linwood. Check it out. CarmelLiburdi.com. And Carmel, I have so many questions to ask you, but how and why did you choose to pick up the guitar?
Oh.
I want a good origin story.
Okay, the origin story. Well, so my dad was a piano player of sorts.
Okay.
And so I played piano when I was like really small. And my mom in the 70s kind of picked up a little guitar.
Ooh, in the 70s. So who knows what was going on.
What a good time.
Yeah.
And so we had like a classical guitar in the house. And so I feel like probably like seeing her do it or seeing people on TV do it, I feel like I don't know. I was like a musical kid and a musical-ish. I wouldn't necessarily call it a musical house, but basically my mom was always like singing. My household was like really creative. So I think that I kind of always had a musical interest, but I didn't really pursue guitar till I was like maybe 13 or 12. And like after not playing, because I had piano lessons as a kid, but I didn't really like lessons. I just liked being musical.
Right, and learning at your own pace and in your own way, because not everybody learns the same way, we know. So, great.
Yes. So I stopped taking lessons after like a few years. And I don't know, I think eventually, I was into writing a lot as a kid and like stories and writing stories and things like that. And singing. And so I think that when I started going toward like writing lyrics, I was like, I need to play something to go with this, which was piano initially, but guitar was just a lot easier to like travel with.
Oh yeah.
So
they don't make backpacks for pianos, as far as I know.
Yeah, you can get like portable ones that are easier to travel with, but it's just not that easy.
Practical.
Yeah, so I feel like that kind of drove me to focus more on guitar, and eventually I just kind of fell in love with doing it. So probably like age 12 or 13-ish is when I really started like becoming passionate about it.
Okay, great. So the new album, Linwood, it's named after one of the streets in, I believe, north of New Center area?
Yeah, it's like there's a Linwood exit off 94.
Oh, okay.
And I think off of Davison, too.
Okay.
The highway, but...
So, you were recently on the NPR, was it called the Tiny Desk?
It was a local Tiny Desk contest.
Yeah, not the national, but the WDET Tiny Desk concert, along with 4 other musical acts. Mm-hmm. I wanted to come, but I was in Georgia. I couldn't come.
It's okay.
How'd it go?
It was really fun. There was a band there from Ann Arbor called Kingfisher that I really liked.
I remember hearing about them. Yeah.
And Jazz Watson, he's like a local rapper and kind of like almost like R&B artist in a way. He can like sing a little bit. And then Pregnant Teenage Hospital. And
I love that name.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And then Caesar.
Like Julius Caesar?
Yeah, well, actually, his last name, I don't know why I can't think of his last name right now.
Uh-oh.
I can't think of his last name.
You're going to get a text message later. Hey, why'd you forget my name?
I know, but he's really cool.
But you can check him out on probably the WDET website. I'm sure they still have it up.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to look it up. I'm just while you talk, you can talk to me. I'm going to look it up so I can plug him. He's just like a cool person.
Caesar, you're getting a lot of love tonight.
Aquino.
Caesar Aquino.
Or like Cesar, probably.
Cesar
is probably
Aquino.
how you actually say it.
Yes. So I'm curious. I'm a huge WDET fan. I listen all the time. Did they reach out to you, or did you submit a song when you heard about the contest, or how did that work?
So WDET sometimes plays my music.
I know. The other day at work, they played Linwood, and I texted you and I said, hey, you're on the radio.
Yeah, they do that sometimes, but they did not personally invite me or anything. So I know Rob Reinhardt, who was one of the hosts there. Yep. I kind of know him a little.
Oh, someone's name dropping.
I know him a little bit from like when I was in college.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure. I think Sista Otis, who was like a local musician, who I think now is in New Orleans, but I think she actually passed my CD to Rob Reinhardt, and so then that's how I got to know him, was through Sista Otis, and so I was already kind of like knew about it, and so I submitted to the contest, which I don't usually do. I don't really like contests. I don't like having to like compete with other people and like ask people to vote for me and like be all extra. Like it makes me feel awkward, so I don't usually do it.
You definitely would not do an American Idol type situation.
Well, because for like my entire life, everybody's like, "Oh, you're a musician. Like, have you been on America's Got Talent?" Every single person. You should audition for The Voice. Like, blah blah. So I did audition for The Voice.
Asked and answered, folks.
And for America's Got Talent. Neither of them chose me.
Oh, punks. They didn't know what they were missing out on.
America's Got Talent, it was truly mind-blowing audition. I mean, I know you didn't ask, but I have to tell.
Yes, please tell.
So when you like submit to be part of it, they make you fill out this like traumatic questionnaire about like the worst parts of your life and like all this crazy stuff. Like, what's the worst thing that ever happened to you? And like if you win the money, what'll you do with it? I think they basically want to know, like, do you have like a sob story that we can sell to people?
The producers are always trying to capitalize on that, yeah.
And it's like, I have plenty of tragedy in my life that I could have written in there, but it made me feel really uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to like sell myself through like my sob story. I think that's so weird.
Especially you make yourself really vulnerable if you put that information, especially out on national media like that. I definitely would not.
It's just strange. Like, that's not what I want to be like the doorway to me, is like all of my life's traumas. Like, I feel like that's just very bizarre. Not that I don't write about it anyway. Like, it does come out in the music.
You should tell them, hey, don't make me write about this. Listen to this album.
Yeah.
Throw it on the desk, right?
That's how they do it. And it's also like super, well, I don't know how they do it now, but at the time that we went, like, they have like directors there and stuff, as I feel like they often do in reality TV.
Yes.
But they had like actors, they had like dancers that were like not auditioning, that come in to look like they're auditioning. They took like B-roll of us. They directed the B-roll. It was like crazy. They had like they had like a British lady. Everybody look surprised. Everybody look like you're waiting for something. Everybody looks sad. Like, seriously, they directed everyone. It was crazy.
One of my best friends from elementary and middle and high school, he was on I don't know if it was MTV or what, but in the mid-2000s, it was called Genuine Ken. And it was like, who's going to be the next Ken? He got voted off like on the third episode.
That's weird. I never heard of that.
Yeah, look it up. Genuine Ken. I'm not going to give you my friend's name because he probably wouldn't want you to look it up, but yes.
Yeah, they have like a screening process too. Like, everyone that auditions doesn't get to go before it's celebrity judges. It's like you go before like the executive producer at like a little table. And like America's Got Talent was really awkward. It was like 3 people with laptops and like headphones. They don't even look at you, and you have like 30 seconds.
Oh.
And then The Voice is like 1 woman at a table with like 2 people like in the corner just like waiting for her to like talk to them or something. And she's just kind of like taking notes, and you have like 60 seconds to go, and you watch like 4 other people do it, and then they're like, okay, thanks. Yeah. Like, it's so awkward.
It's like a drive-through restaurant. They're just trying to get people through, yeah.
They're just trying to make good television. Good television.
Speaking of good television, we're going to have our next guest come on, a entrepreneur, businessman, just knows everything about making business. Maybe a con man, I don't know. He doesn't really say in his Wikipedia file, but we have Mr. Rob Banks. Hello, sir. Hello. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm fantastic. How are you?
Yes, good. This is Carmel.
Hello, Rob.
Carmel, this is Rob.
Pleasure to meet you.
Rob, now, yeah, are you mic'd up?
Yeah.
Sound good, okay. So, Rob, tell me a little bit about yourself. I know you're an entrepreneur, businessman.
Yes, well, you want the kind of origin of Rob Banks,
Yeah,
or do you want what I'm currently up to?
Give me
in
an
life?
origin.
An origin? Well, you see, Andrew, I was born right off the coast of California.
Okay.
Early on in life, we moved down...
Catalina Island?
Oh, not that far. Miami. Not Miami. That's in Florida.
That's America's wing. That's on the other side of the country.
Exactly. Sometimes it gets all mixed up. I'm so all over the place. I was Las Vegas. My mother was, well, we don't need to go anywhere with that one. But born in Las Vegas, right off the coast of California, quickly on in life, me and the rest of the family, my mother, my father, and I have 2 siblings.
Okay.
little brother and an older sister, we all moved down to Puerto Rico. Right, we lived in a small town right off the coast for a few years, and then eventually, once elementary was over and my middle school years were coming and I was preparing for high school, we moved out to Cuba. Not the best decision the family ever made, if you ask me, but it did look kind of nice down there,
Yeah.
being on the coast. I've been on the coast my whole life, Andrew.
Okay.
You ever been down to the coast, Andrew?
I've been down to the coast. I lived in Houston for 2.5 years.
All right.
So I'm a Gulf Coast guy.
Okay.
So I know how it goes.
And then eventually, once high school was finished, I came up to college right here in good old Detroit of Michigan.
What school? Are you a Grizzly like myself, or
University of Detroit.
the Jesuits? Is that what's the
It's
I don't know. I could not tell you. I wish I could.
UAD Mercy? I forgot their-
I wasn't much
Sacred
of a school
Hearts.
spirit guy, Andrew.
repeat that.
I wasn't much of a school spirit guy.
What kind of a guy were you in high school?
I was focused on business, entrepreneurship, business.
Lots of math and economic classes.
More, actually, psychology, Andrew.
Psychology or psychology?
Psychology. Yes.
Okay, we're inventing new disciplines today.
Everyone always tells me it's psychology, but I like to call it psychology.
Okay, fantastic. So you did mention before, briefly off camera, when I was pre-interviewing you, that you are a little bit of a con man. You don't like to always admit it, but you did admit it to me, so I got to run with that story.
I am never letting you live this down.
Okay.
I will hold this against you until the day I die. But since it's been brought up, I wouldn't say con man's the word I'd like to use.
Okay.
More entrepreneur.
Capitalist.
Capitalist, yes.
Another C word.
Yes, I like to take advantage of what's there and profit from it myself.
Okay.
Like, example, I'm sure you don't even notice one of your rings is missing.
I had no idea.
Exactly, because it's not. They were very hard to get off your fingers, and I gave up almost immediately.
So you like to take things right off of their body, right off the person?
They don't even notice. I mean, of course, half the time it doesn't work, but when it does work, they don't even notice. And if they do notice, then we turn to my old family technique, run away.
Okay, so you say, "Nana and a boo-boo," stick your face in doo-doo, turn around, and you run away like a Looney Tunes commercial or a Looney Tunes cartoon, and you still have that puff of smoke left behind.
Of course, yes.
Okay, fantastic. So what are you currently doing business-wise to make ends meet?
Business-wise, I recently heard of this company called Bird Co., and it seems like a very profitable company. Their founder, CEO, Jimmy Milan, a personal friend of mine, he one day got tired of birds stealing people's pants, pecking on windows, constantly chasing people down. So he and a few of his friends got together and he got this little invention going, and it's just in a spray bottle. It's a mist, and you spray it at a few birds, and they just vanish suddenly, giving bird away. And I think this is going to be a very profitable entrepreneurship at some point in time.
How much are you selling per bottle?
Currently, a bottle is about $8 to $15, depending on where you look. This stuff is obviously high-end. Basically, it's like a pesticide, but for birds.
Yeah. So you have dynamic pricing, kind of like Ticketmaster. Like if there's more of a demand for birds, like it's the springtime and there are a lot of birds, then you're going to charge $15.
Yes.
If it's the winter time and there's not any birds, charge $7 or $8.
And it's also in location based, like crows. They caw, and their caws sound like laughs. People are going to want to get rid of them. We obviously are going to charge higher in areas where there are birds, but if it's like cardinals and they're just existing, they're going to charge a bit of a lower price for that. And obviously seasonal amenities as well, yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, we are going to cut to our first commercial break, and then we are going to come on later with another guest, and we'll be back in a minute. See ya.
I trained my entire life for this moment. I let some shape-shifting snake man bite my neck and give me a curse mark. I abandoned my friends and my village to obtain more power. There's no way I'm gonna lose. I have shown you my complete power, brother. Are you scared yet? It looks like your chakra is all used up as well.
You think I was going all out? I just drained your chakra so the shape-shifting snake man would come out of your neck.
Well, shit. Itachi, I've been waiting for this moment. Oh! Is that the blade of Tatsuka?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back from our commercial break. And as you've seen, we've just been speaking with Carmel Liburdi and Rob Banks. So, folks, what do you have planned coming up for the Labor Day weekend? Any plans at all,
Me first?
Miss Liburdi?
No really huge plans. I have a date
Ooh.
aside from the date, which is kind of a big plan.
Yeah? What are you doing?
Well, I have told them I'm surprising them.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know, by the time they see it, the surprise will already have been delivered.
This won't come out for a couple weeks.
So I just made reservations at a dinner thing because I wanted to feel like slick, you know? So I was like, I made the reservation and I was like, I'll take you out. Yeah.
Great date night.
So yeah, it's going to be simple. Maybe I'll throw a surprise element in there, who knows? But yeah,
Okay.
I have a date. Aside from the date, I may be a festival in Hamtramck perhaps.
Sometimes the simpler things are better in life.
Yes.
Indeed.
How does that song go? The best things in life are free, but you can give them to the birds and the bees.
Yeah, it won't be free this time. I'm going to pay for
You're
it.
dishing out.
I
Yeah, I'm
mean,
paying for it.
in some cases, it would be free.
Oh, I'm getting a call. Hold on one second. Hello?
Yeah, Andrew.
Yes, Holden.
Yeah, it's Holden.
Holden, what's...
I have something to show you.
Oh, I'm in the middle of a show.
Can I stop by for a minute?
Yeah, stop by.
Okay.
I'm sorry, folks. My friend is stopping by.
Oh,
Holden.
what happened?
Oh,
My watch fell.
okay.
How's it going?
Good,
Sorry,
good.
I didn't know you were at a show. So I have a open the invite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, come on and sit down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. You can
Okay.
show. So, did you see my watch? Isn't that cool?
That is a nice watch. What did you say your name was again?
Holden Smith.
Yeah, this is Holden Smith, everybody.
I'm Rob Banks, Holden.
Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Longtime friend of mine. Holden, how is it going?
Good. Okay, so let me explain what that is.
Yeah.
Okay, so about 2 years ago, I got an invite like this, and it's like a special dinner. So
Like Dinner for Schmucks. Like the movie Dinner for Schmucks?
I guess so, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, so they invite like a select number of people, like 10 to 20 people, once a week.
Okay.
And this was, I guess, they were just new, so the area where they were in, it was in my neighborhood. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go. So they have like 2 or 3 hosts, and they're just walking around, mingling with everyone, and they invite like 10 to 20, like I said. And so what they do is they observe how the guests interact with each other.
Okay.
And they have wine and music in the background. They serve wine and alcohol and all that, you know. And then they have like nice meals. So they have like steaks and chicken. They have or fish, and they have salads and potatoes and everything.
And bread, I'm assuming.
Bread, yeah,
Yeah,
they have
you got
The
everything.
most
You
important
get
part.
the most important part.
Absolutely. So, and then what they do is sometimes they have themes. So, like if you look at this one, this doesn't have a theme, right?
It doesn't look like a theme to me.
Yeah, but the last one said French theme.
Oh.
See,
So yeah,
right there.
French green beans.
No, like French garb, French beret.
Oh, so you got to
Did
dress
you
Yeah.
have to do a French accent? Because I can do a pretty good French accent.
Do you? Go ahead.
You see, I can do a proper French accent, but the problem with a proper French accent is that the people I talk to, they have to focus, and I don't want the people I talk to have to focus. I want the people I talk to feel a penis.
To feel, did I hear
To
that
what?
correctly?
To what? No?
To Filipino or to feel a penis?
So. To feel the penis.
Feel the penis.
As penis.
Okay,
Wait, I don't understand.
the penis.
I think is he saying happiness?
Yes.
Happiness.
Oh.
I want
You know-
I want you, Andrew, to feel a penis. I want you.
You sound like Gerard Depardieu.
Yes.
They could have something in common, I don't know. But Holden, I gotta ask you,
Yes.
who are these people?
I don't know.
You don't know these people?
No, they
just invite you
No,
in?
it started like 2 years ago, and they were new, so they want to drum up business.
And you've never met them?
I mean,
Seems like a bad business to me.
no, but then what they do, if you do a good job, you interact with everyone, you eat the meals, you do all that stuff, they invite you back.
It's like jury duty.
Yeah, and then if you don't, then you don't get invited back for a while.
How did you ever make a mistake and
Yeah, I did.
and they were like, hey,
Yep.
3
So-
to 4 weeks, we're not going to have you back. What did you do, if you don't mind?
No,
asking?
no. So about a month ago, I was just in a bad place.
Okay.
You know, so
We've all been there.
I was invited there, and I said, you know what? They have nice meals. They have nice company. So I went, right? And I just talked to one person there in 3 hours, and they're like, you know what? We don't want him back. So for 2 weeks, they didn't invite me back.
Is this like a weekly thing? They
Yes. Yep.
do?
Absolutely.
How does a guy get an invite to this sort of dinner party?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ca-
It just came to my house one day. The invite.
And you never questioned, where did this come
No,
from?
I didn't. But then what happens is sometimes if you do a good job, they add a +1. See over here, there's no +1. You see, there's no +1 over
right,
here.
Right.
But
Good to know.
sometimes there is a +1. Okay, so last week when I went, I met like 5 or 6 different people.
Sweet.
You know, I met this woman. She's an artist. She paints. She does poetry. She does calligraphy.
Sounds like Carmel, our
Yep.
in-house artist.
That's right. You know, I met this other guy. He's like a fighter pilot, and then like as a side gig, he flies people everywhere. You know, when the economy's a little bit bad, you know, he
Yeah,
just takes his own plane.
Seems like I'd fit right in there.
You know what I
His name
mean?
Maverick?
No,
No.
No.
Not Maverick.
no. I think it might be Goose though,
Oh, okay.
or he might go
Goose.
by Goose.
Goose.
How would you say
Pilot.
that? How would you say that in like a French accent?
Zeus.
Really? I was thinking it'd be like
Zeus.
goose. Goose.
Look at the goose.
You put a little Z at the beginning of every word, right?
Well, if you're
Zeus.
if you're saying it standalone, then yes, you would put a Z. But if you're saying it as part of a sentence, you put the Z's in place of your D's, and then you exaggerate some of your letters. Like, for example, go look at the goose.
Ah, perfect. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, so it was great. And then I met this other person. He's like a welder, you know, and we
Right.
talked about welding for a while, you know, and so, you know, next week I might get one, and
If there's a +1,
If you
I might get one with a +1.
And-
But last week it was a French theme.
Yes,
So he
yes.
was wearing a beret, and he wasn't talking like Gerard Depardieu, but he was talking some French. Yes, one of them
Fantastic,
I
fantastic.
talked to, and yeah, and they said, you know, invite anyone you want.
Right.
But
and
but
so I'm fishing for who are you going to invite?
I don't know. I have to think about that. But
This
but,
guy?
Whoa, Andrew. Hold on.
Hold
I
on,
think
hold
me,
on,
Rob
hold on. Let's
Banks.
not argue about this. I'll figure it out. But the thing is, you got to be sociable.
Oh.
I'm a
okay.
very sociable
Okay,
guy.
so you can't just go there and stare at the walls and not eat any food.
Right, right.
He's gonna go steal everybody's stuff. You better
Whoa,
not.
whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
you know
whoa,
what?
whoa.
He was about to steal this if it didn't drop on the floor.
I was definitely not, sir. Thank you very much, but I do not take kindly to any accusations, of course.
Okay, I apologize. I take that back, Gerard.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we are going to do a new thing on the show. So in front of you, you see a piece of paper
Yeah.
and an envelope.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is I want each of you to write one question down. And I am going to give these questions in the envelope to the next guests on the next episode. They'll open them up and they have to answer them. And that'll be a topic for conversation for the next episode. So just write any question you want.
Right,
on the
but
piece of
don't
paper.
put anything on the envelope.
Don't put anything on the outside, and then put your name at the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, Holden, I see that you're covering it so the cameras can't see.
I don't want Mr. Depardieu to come and like.
Mr. Banks, actually.
I'm sorry, sir, Mr. Banks.
You are sorry? Excused? Andrew, surely you know the proper definition for somebody who is saying excused but sorried.
I don't.
Excused but sorry? What does that? How do you say excused but sorry? Is that new language or something?
It's French, actually.
Okay.
Well, that's a
What do
long
I-
question.
Yeah, I had to explain it. I put my name on it?
Andrew, how personal can our questions be?
We're running out of time, so any question at all, and just sign Rob Banks or Holden Smith. Fold it up, put it in the envelope, and seal it, and then that will go on the next.
Can I plug something while we're sitting here?
You can
That I-
plug whatever you want.
I
Miss
forgot about it.
Cunt.
So September 2nd, which is Saturday, I believe.
I believe it is.
Saturday, September 2nd. I don't know when you're going to put this out, but I'm going to be on Ferndale Radio, 100.7 FM. I'm going there. It's at the Rust Belt Market.
Okay.
Oh,
They
that's
have like a little
sweet.
station there. It's really cute. And the guy, Jeff, who hosts it, sometimes brings his daughter, Pearl,
Okay.
and his son, too. They're just really sweet people.
Nice.
And so if you go to the Rust Belt, check them out.
Rust Belt at 9 and Woodward in beautiful downtown Ferndale.
Okay.
Check it out.
So can I plug something too
You
then?
can, yes, that's what
Thank
the
you.
segment is for.
Okay. So this dinner,
Yes.
this mystery dinner that I get the invite every so often is called the Guess What dinner.
Okay.
So you guess what? You never know what people are going to be there. You never know what they're going to serve, but they always serve something. Like they always serve potatoes and salads. I love salads.
Yeah.
You know,
And
they
bread.
always serve
Can't forget
bread.
that. Yeah.
Correct.
The most important part.
Of course. And they always serve like either fish or chicken
Or beef.
or beef.
Or pork.
Maybe, yeah.
I like a good venison, actually.
Okay.
Okay. So they always have something.
Right.
And it's called the Guess What dinner. And you never know who you're going to meet.
Right.
And you always have like 10 to 20 guests maximum.
Always. Okay. All right, folks. Well, we are getting ready to wrap up this episode. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to plug?
Yeah, actually, I've been looking into this new business investment recently. It's called Classical Timepieces.
Okay.
It's a bunch of antique watches that you can buy and trade and sell with a bunch of other people who have antique watches. And it's more than just watches. It's old antique clocks and trade works and that sort of thing.
Where's my watch?
Fine woodworks.
Ah.
Something wrong? You need the time?
Did you just take my watch?
Oh,
This
how
watch?
did you get his watch?
No.
Whoa.
This is my watch.
You just took it.
Hey, don't gaslight
It was
him.
right
That's not
here.
it, buddy.
This is my watch.
It was right here.
I inherited this from my great-great-grandfather,
What?
Jameson Cunningway. He was born down in Norway, and he moved down to the Philippines before marrying my great-great-grandmother
What?
and settling down in Las Vegas, California. This watch was made in Norway, passed down through generations and generations of the Banks
it
family.
was right here.
I don't know what happened. You didn't
heard
come
it,
in here with
folks.
a watch.
Rob Banks, born in Las Vegas, California.
Maybe I didn't have enough coffee today, but I swear it was here.
No, this has been on my wrist the whole time. You didn't
All right,
come in with a
folks.
watch, my friend.
We're going to have to wrap this episode
Okay,
up.
anyways,
Thank you again for watching.
thank you. I'm
City-
sorry I interrupted your
Oh, no, that's
interview.
fine. I always have time for a friend, always. Thank you for watching Motor City Mirth, Episode 4. Once again, Carmel Liburdi, Rob Banks, and Holden Smith. Thank you, everybody, and we'll catch you next time. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next segment of Motor City Mirth. And now we have a very special reading by Mother Goose. Mother Goose, take it away.
All right, Andrew. And I also have a little book for you, The Pokey Little Puppy.
Pokey little puppy. Thank you, Mother Goose. I always appreciate gifts. Take it away.
Well, in honor of National Read a Book Day, which is September 6th, and International Literacy Day, which is September 8th, we have a little ditty and to teach you how fun reading can be. Now, the three little kittens, well, they lost their mittens, and they began to cry. They began to cry. Oh, mother dear, we sadly fear our mittens we have lost. What? Lost your mittens, you naughty, naughty kittens? Then you shall have no pie. Meow. No, 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 we shall have no pie. Now, the 3 little kittens, well, they found their mittens. They found their mittens and they began to cry. Oh, mother dear, see here, our mittens we have found. Put on your mittens, you silly little kittens, and you shall have some pie. Oh, let us have some pie. Good kittens.
All right, thank you for that special reading, Mother Goose, and thank you for National Literacy Month, I believe it is.
Well, yes, absolutely. Literacy, because literacy is still a problem around the world.
It's still a problem around the world. Thank you to our 3 kittens and Mother Goose once again, and thank you all for joining Motor City Mirth. Once again, I'm your host, Andrew Walker, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye. Give it up, everybody, for Carmel Liburdi. Welcome, Carmel. And what song will you be playing first for us?
The song is called Linwood.
Like based on the street in Detroit?
Yes.
Oh, we should have known. Take it away, Carmel.
Here I go. Am I a liquor store, parking lot, a dimly lit coffee shop, or just a girl who cries a lot? A short and stout teapot, not easy to tip over, but I'm easy to pour out. If you bring me to a boil one day, I might even shout. Am I a lost boy in Neverland, a Wendy or a Peter Pan, an iron fist, gloveless hand, a chipping Teflon frying pan? I still get the job done, you know you need a new one, but somehow it's easier to keep on using me. New things, they're not free. You think I'm a library, but I'm more of a record store. You saw me at the winery, but I prefer the dive bar. I seem like a tie-dye shirt, I guess that there's some truth in that. Sometimes I'm a dungeon goblin, sometimes I'm a party hat, but I'll never be sorry for the expectations I can't meet, because I shed the patterns I don't need. You have your thoughts, but I don't agree. I'll never be sorry for the expectations I can't meet, because I shed the patterns I don't need. You have your thoughts, but I don't agree.
Thank you, Carmel. Great song. Now, is the song Miley about our Lord and Savior, Miley Cyrus?
In a way, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had a dream that I met Miley Cyrus at a party in a bathroom and that we had like a heart-to-heart talk. And in my dream, she said to me, "The world will fold you like a shirt." And I was like, that's so weird that my brain said that, my subconscious. But I put it in the song because I thought it was really poetic. And the song isn't only about that, but I guess like the feelings and ideas inspired kind of like by that dream. And yeah.
Okay, great. And what would you like to sing next?
I think I'm going to do a song off of that record called Poof Be Gone.
Okay, I remember hearing that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, here we go. It's called Poof Be Gone. That's an AOL Instant Messenger reference.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's like AIM culture callback. You know, if you're a millennial, you probably remember. Yeah. There's a big red sign above my head. It says I'm glad that I'm not dead. So everyone who passes by can tell that I'm alive. And the faded sign upon my door says, come on in to talk, I'm bored. So everyone who passes by can tell that I'm inside. Inside. But I don't wanna talk about your boyfriend. Is he anxious or is he avoidant? An empath or a narcissist? An internet diagnosis? I've done my share, but this is just too far. I'm full of pain and full of love. I am lit by a light from above. A walking wound dripping deep, dark blood as fresh as yesterday. I was bit by a snake who knew too much, and I'll not be requiring pearls to clutch. Just the half-eaten morsel you left on the porch will suffice. I'm not talking 'cause I'm not happy. I wonder if you're mad at me. I'm a passive aggressive masochist, and it feels so good to get off my chest. Now poof, be gone so I can overthink my thoughts. Poof, be gone so I can overthink my thoughts.
Yay! Great job, Carmel. Great job. Now, on this album, you did something that I haven't seen in a long time. You have what we call a secret song. Yes, is okay. I'm not spoiling anything for, okay. Now, it's called The Truman Show, so I got to ask, what was the inspiration?
Okay. Well, so when I saw The Truman Show for the first time, I was in high school, and it gave me like a complete existential crisis.
Yeah,
Like complete.
it'll make you think rethink reality.
Ruined it ruined things for me. I was like, wait. It really gave me a lot of anxiety. Like when
Like
I was
existential dread, right?
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what life is. And my friend has his Instagram username is The Truman Show was a documentary, and I felt
I remember the line. Yeah.
yeah, and I felt really seen by that. And the song wasn't inspired by that though. I kind of just started writing about like my feelings, and then I incorporated that line about the Truman Show, and I had to shout him out in the song and say that my friend said the Truman Show started.
Okay.
Because, I had to be fair, but it wasn't my invention.
You got to cite your sources like in school, right?
You do. His name's John.
John out there on Instagram.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. Now, you have one or two more songs you could play for us?
Sure,
What
I can
would
do one in the secret song if you want, since we talked about it. 'Cause the
I,
secret
w-
song is short.
I love the secret song. And also, can you give a little background because it's recorded live and there are other people on the track?
Yeah, so I was not sure if I was gonna put it on the album because it was really short, and we were done with the album at that point. So I was like, am I really gonna make the engineer remix? Because I actually recorded all the parts and then I mixed them with my friend Angelo, whose last name's also Walker, actually.
I saw that on the credits on the back of the album.
Yeah.
Which people can find where?
Bandcamp is my favorite source, but you can also get it on Spotify, whatever.
I believe Bandcamp, they give you the best profit sharing for artists, if that's correct. Okay. And you have a website, I believe?
CarmelLiburdi.com. But if you want to know how to spell it, maybe you can type it out or something.
CarmelLiburdi.com. All right, and this next track is that you're going to play?
Well, so I was going to ask you. So, all right. So you've heard the record.
Yes. Yes, I had it in my car listening to it.
I'm trying to just keep it all new songs because I have a lot of old songs.
You can play an old song if you. That is totally up to you.
But I was going to play Frankly, but there's a bad word in it.
That's fine.
Am I allowed to swear?
Yes, absolutely.
Will you beep it out? Or I can just
do you
it.
Do you want me to bleep it out?
You don't have to bleep it out. Everybody can know. I swear.
Oh, shoot. Yes.
I curse sometimes.
Okay, this is Frankly by Miss Carmel Liburdi.
Thanks. Here we go. Catch me when I'm feeling festive, kissing all my exes. You tell me there's no exit, but I always find a way. And frankly, I don't give a damn. I lost my mind and I bought a van, and no one can tell me who I am. I'm a guitarist, I'm a stereotype, I'm the loudest. I can't sleep at night if I'm honest. Sometimes I wish I was a different kind of mammal. I often ramble. My mom is good at Scrabble. My cousin is an asshole, and I've got so many that you'll never guess which one, so I can say that. I'd also like to add that they don't come to my shows, so they'll most likely never know. And when I feel like I'm alone, I see your face and I feel at home. Sometimes my body is not my own, but that's a separate topic. I'm sketched by a shaky hand, only an artist could understand. An hourglass without the sand, a timeless, tender object, and I can't be bought or sold. My love is worth its weight in gold. It isn't cheap, but for you it's free. Here's a song about you, or maybe three. You simply couldn't comprehend all I can do with my small hands, and how I can be the bigger man when I am 5'2", and life has been more than kind. Swallow your pride and choke on the rinds if the lack thereof leaves you empty inside. Your childhood was just like mine, and I will not twist to fit your mold, and I'll leave your judgments in the cold and laugh from inside of my home where I sit comfortably, because I accept that I am cringe, that every lamp I own has fringe, and every show that I've ever binged was thanks to an algorithm. And frankly, I don't give a damn. I lost my mind and I bought a van. It wasn't cheap, but now I'm free. This song is really about me.
Great job, Carmel. So which cousin was this about? Say their
I'll
name.
never tell.
Oh. All right, I won't keep you any further, but let's do that.
The last one?
Let's do the Truman Show. That song is so funny, and it just really is a great closer.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Oh, and I wanted to say, I think I didn't cut. I cut myself off. I got distracted. Typical. So on the album, it's like a voicemail from my phone. I was recording myself playing it so I'd remember, and my mom was listening, and my brother heard it in the other room, so we're all like talking, and I put it on the album like that because I thought it was cute. Because you asked me that, and I didn't ever answer. Okay. I hate being photographed. Don't touch my soul with that witchcraft. I said it, I won't take it back. You're not a witch for wearing black. My cell phone is the greater curse. Go ahead and try to do your worst, but Instagram got to me first. Better luck next time. And they say we're all egotistic. Well, I guess that's realistic. The revolution came and I missed it, 'cause I never watched TV, but I've seen Idiocracy, and I hope it's not a prophecy. But I've got a friend who says The Truman Show was a documentary, and I can't say that I'm alone. This earth is my God-forsaken home. They said drop acid rain, not bombs, or maybe a little bit of both. But I'm not giving up on hope. It's still there hanging on a rope. And in a moment we'll rejoice, because we're all in the same boat. And if we're all so egotistic, well, I guess it'd be realistic to say the revolution came and we all missed it, because we never watch TV. It's not like Idiocracy, but I'm terrified maybe The Truman Show was a documentary.
And do you have any upcoming shows that people can see you live?
I do. I do. So there's one on September 15th that's in Detroit that the details aren't really worked out yet. So you can find my shows on my website or my Instagram. I post them there. But there's one at the Ferndale Library on October 6th. Jeff Milo does like a showcase thing there. Jeff Milo is a cool dude. He works for WDET too.
Oh,
he's like a
cool.
music journalist.
I think I remember hearing his name on. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he does Culture Shift and.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. He does a lot of things.
Okay,
actually. Yeah,
great.
Jeff Milo does a lot.
Great.
But yeah, October 6th, I'll be there. And I'm doing like a Halloween show on October 28th at Lex Bar. Lex Bar is in Detroit too. It's like in Woodbridge.
Okay, great. Woodbridge, not too far from Linwood, I think. Right?
No, it's not too far.
Yes, okay. Folks, thanks for checking out Carmel Liburdi. Here's her album, Linwood. You can find it online, find it on Bandcamp, find it wherever you can get music. Once again, thank you for checking out our show, and we'll catch you later. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the episode 4, Motor City Mirth. I'm your host, Andrew Walker, and we're going to have one more guest on our show, a friend of mine for a little while now, and a friend through art collective I'm friends with, Imaginos Workshop. We have Mr. Ervin Johnson. Irv, how's it going, brother?
Oh, well, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Good to have you on, brother.
Appreciate it, Drew.
Yes. So, how has it been, my friend?
I've been doing great.
Good.
Can't complain. A lot of good stuff coming.
Good. So, I heard a rumor that you're going to be coming out with another comic soon. Can you tell our folks out there the name of it and the general gist of it?
Well, the comic that I'm personally, let me just say, I've been doing comics for a little bit now. I've been doing, actually, this is a couple of comics that I had put out, maybe about, I'm going to say maybe 8 years ago or so. Well, this one's not as old. This is from the time from when I was a flight attendant. But my personal comic that I'm putting out is called Killbox, which is a hip-hop battle rap manga that is supposed to focus on the story of a college student who loses all his tuition money and essentially has to figure out a way to be able to do it using the one thing that he doesn't really know a lot about.
Which is?
Exactly.
And with the beats, he kills people.
Well, you can say he has to do a whole lot of stuff.
He has to do a whole lot of stuff.
A whole lot of stuff. Maybe kill some people or they're going to kill him.
Okay. Now, was this your idea or did Mark Dudley put a gun to your head and say, you got to do this?
So actually, this was you know what, you would think that, but actually he kind of did that, but he kind of didn't do that. The story idea was one that I originally came up with, and I actually said to him, I was like, why don't you work on this with me or whatever? Why don't we do, well, I actually wanted to give him that story.
Okay.
And he's like, no, you need to be the one to do it. You know, Mark always want to push everybody forward with it. So,
Yep.
you know, that's pretty much how that particular project started. But it's really just one of a whole collective. We have anthology coming called Origami Super Punch, which there's a lot of people in Shining Otaku. Shining Otaku is the name of the group. You can obviously see them.
Yeah,
So
emblazoned on the chest like Superman.
yeah, so we do like manga inspired comics, you know, by a lot of English speaking people. So a lot of the work that we come out with, you know, we work on it very hard and rigorously. We've got an editorial team and everything. But we put out, we have I think 8 stories or so. I named all of them. Project Nirvana, Ghost Smoothie, which is kind of like a horror comedy type story.
Okay.
You know, the list goes on in terms of the different comics that we have, but you know, they all have different inspirations from people of different backgrounds. So they're not as centered. Usually when you look at manga, they have more of a, they're more, you know, focused on Japan because manga is something that's Japanese, obviously, in nature.
What does manga translate to in English from the Japanese?
So, see, that's a tricky question because I'm doing a lot of research on it. So, manga translates usually to comics, but manga actually has a much deeper history in terms of the word and how it goes. We talk a lot about that actually on our channel usually, like the history of manga and everything. But manga is you know, traditionally Japanese based, and you know that's why we usually say manga inspired because you know I'm not Japanese, and
Sure,
you know I want to make sure I'm not appropriating anything.
Right,
so.
right. Great. So here is an envelope with a question inside. I have no idea what it says, and I don't know who wrote it, but it was from our previous guest. I want you to open it, and let's read what it says.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. All right. When you're on the freeway watching everyone driving around you, where do you imagine they are going?
Good question.
Where do I imagine everyone's going? I'm gonna imagine they are, well, probably going to a convention, maybe a comic book convention.
Like
They could-
Yumacon?
Yomicon, they got, you know, you have Motor City Comic Con that's coming up, I believe. They've been having that several times a year. But I mean, I guess maybe that's because I'm a big comic head. You know, I like going to conventions. I like going to that type of thing. You know, and that's usually where you can find me or probably a lot of other people in Imaginos.
Yes. Do you ever think you look over and you see someone on the freeway and they're crying, like, oh, maybe this person is going to a funeral, or maybe they just got done going to a funeral? Does that ever cross your mind?
You know what? I mean, I guess it could, but I guess it would probably make me feel a little bit sad if they're going that. I mean, maybe if I see like a what do you call that? When you have a line of like, you know, procession or whatever.
Yeah,
you
procession.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if you see something like that, then that usually crossed my mind. But I mean, people could be going anywhere. I actually like traveling, so usually I try to think of the more optimistic.
You said you were a flight attendant, so I'm sure you have some stories from that.
Yeah. So what actually inspired the story, obviously, with me.
I see a plane on there, so I know there's a story there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say back in 2016, after I graduated college, I ended up applying for, you know, a position that was like online, like on Indeed, for a flight attendant, and I ended up going to the conference. To make a long story short, I ended up getting selected to go through the program, you know, and they flew me out to St. Louis. And when I went out to St. Louis, you know, it was like 3 months of going through the training. People think that being a flight attendant is easy, but it's actually insanely hard. Like you can't even like really even fail any of the tests. It's kind of almost like the same thing of like a pilot, because you have to actually have like a license for that.
Sure.
So I kind of tried to make, you know, this is just the one shot. I probably will do a longer story of this, but make a story showing, like, kind of making the humor of how difficult it can be. Like, you know, you think, oh, they're smiling in your face, and it's like, they're smiling in your face, but they're sitting there, you know, shouting at you, telling you all this stuff. You can't forget anything. And here you have this guy in the story who's very eager. He wants to travel. He wants to do all these things, thinking, oh, this is going to be easy. This is going to, you know, I know everything I need to know about that. And then And pretty much it turns out, obviously a lot different than what he expects. So a lot of the stories, I don't know if you noticed, there's a theme that we try to have a lot of inspiration from life.
Yes.
A lot of
the number
time-
one inspiration.
Yeah.
Out of all the inspirations in life, probably number one, life, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like one story that we have coming out called Third Winter, if I can just plug that, by Che Baker.
Che, I haven't seen
yes.
him in a long time. Last year I filmed a short film with him, and it is still in post-production hell, right? Father Chavot?
It's gonna come. It's coming. It's coming. We got all things for good things to those.
I kid.
Oh yeah.
We don't have a whole lot of more time, but Che, what are what is a website or something online that our viewers can check you out on?
So you can check us out on YouTube, Shining Otaku. We even do interviews in the industry. We've interviewed like the voice of Naruto. We've interviewed, the creator of Anime News Network. We talk a lot about the manga inspiration, and you can find updates on our projects coming up on there. Another good place if you're somebody who's big into Instagram. We're on Instagram. We just recently started kind of posting on there, and we've been on Facebook for a while as well. And it's Shining Otaku, so that's Shining, S-H-I-N-G or N-I-N-G.
Like
and then,
The Shining. Here's Johnny.
Yes, essentially.
Yeah.
And then Otaku, O-T-A-K-U, and then Shining Otaku Comics on Facebook. So check us out on those platforms. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell if you find us on there. But
Yes.
more importantly, make sure you obviously follow ONTV.
Yes.
Because obviously we're on here, and I'm very grateful to even be on today. So.
Thank you, Ervin. Yes, we're glad to have you on. All right, folks, thank you for watching this next segment of Motor City Mirth. Once again, Ervin Johnson is on peddling his comics and giving us a insight into the future of Imagine Us Shining Otaku and all things manga. Thank you for being on, sir.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes.
I appreciate it, Drew. Thank you.
All right, folks.
See you guys later.
Thank you for checking us out, and we'll see you later. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next segment of Motor City Mirth. We have Captain Scrawls MacGruffin here, who is going to read a poem about his time on the sea the last 120 years. Take it away, Captain MacGruffin.
Thank you. As I sit here in my old creaky chair, sailor's tale I'll share, if you dare. Of days on the sea, wild and free, with pirates and mermaids and a kraken, you'll see. Once battled pirates, fierce and bold, their parrots squawking their stories told. We clashed swords and cannons loud, but ended up sharing grog and being quite proud. Ah, the mermaids with their flowing hair, singing melodies beyond compare. But beware their beauty, my friend, for their tricks and allures know no end. And then came the kraken, tentacles wide, a monstrous beast from the ocean's tide. With eyes like moons and a fearsome cry, we fought it off, my crew and I. Aye, the sea's been a tempestuous ride, with waves that could toss a ship aside. But oh, the adventures we've had out there, from sunrises to sunsets, a life so rare. So raise a glass to the days of old, to tales of pirates and treasures untold. Though I'm now on land, my heart's at sea, from the salty breeze and the horizon's glee. And as I sit here with memories so grand, I'll toast to the sea and the sandy strand with a hearty laugh and a tear in me eye, the sailor's life. Oh my, oh my.
Thank you, Captain MacGruffin. Now, what was the most interesting thing you've encountered on your travels?
Probably a lawyer for my second wife.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
What was interesting about he or she?
Made the Kraken look like a puppy dog.
Oh, okay. Great.
Tastes like a shark.
All right, folks. Thank you for checking out the next segment of Motor City Mirth. I'm Andrew Walker, and this is Captain Scrawls MacGruffin.
Hey.
Thank you